నమస్కారం నమస్కారం
శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః హరి ఓం శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః హరి ఓం
శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః హరి ఓం
ఓం భద్రం కర్ణేభిః శృణుయామ దేవాః
ఓం భద్రం కర్ణేభిః శృణుయామ దేవాః భద్రం పశ్యేమాక్షభిర్యజత్రాః స్థిరైరంగైః స్తుష్టువాగుంసస్తనూభిः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ओम शांति शांति शांतिः
ఓం అగ్నేనయ సుపథారాయ
ओम अग्नेनय सुपथाराये अस्मान्
దేవాన్ యునాని విద్వాన్ యోస్పజ్జుహురాణమేనః భూయిష్ఠాంతే నమ ముక్తిం విధేమ
ఓం శాంతి
శాంతి శాంతి ఓం ఆప్య
జంతు మమాంగాని
ప్రాణచక్షుశ్చ ఓం
శ్రోత్రమథో
శ్రోత్రమతో
బలమింద్రియాణి
బలమింద్రియాణి చ సర్వాణి సర్వం బ్రహ్మ ఉపనిషదం మాహం బ్రహ్మ నిరాకుర్యాం మా బ్రహ్మ నిరాకరోద నిరాకరణమేస్తు తదాత్మాని నిరతేయ ఉపనిషస్తు ధర్మాస్తే మయి సంతు తే మయి సంతు ఓం శాంతి శాంతి శాంతి.
So we have been traveling to know about the Surya Bhagavan, Aruna Deva, in Aruna Prashna, and there is a break, but still Surya Bhagavan is continuous in us, in our minds. Therefore, let us continue with the Aruna Prashna, a most important section. The first section on Aruna, the Surya Bhagavan, available to us in the Taittiriya Aranyaka. This Taittiriya Aranyaka is a philosophical text because the Samhita texts are there, the compilations, and then we have got the Brahmanas, which are the explanatory part or commentaries for the mantras of the Samhitas, and then we have got the sutras referring to the applications, domestic and ritualistic and all that. Then we have got the Aranyaka and Upanishad section where there is a Vedanta or philosophical treatises. Philosophical means Aranye Bhavaha Aranyakaha. That is, you have to also have some calendar of life and timetable when you retire to forest. Retiring to forest does not mean going to the forest, but it means that your mind is free as you have discharged responsibilities to your required extent, and then you feel empty. That emptiness has got to be filled with the meditational aspects and trying to know more and more. In that we have got, every Veda has got Aranyaka, and Taittiriya Aranyaka happens to be belonging to Yajurveda, the Krishna Yajurveda, and then we have got Shukla Yajurveda also. It is called Brihada Aranyaka, but anyway, and we have got Aitareya Aranyaka belonging to Rigveda, like that. So Aranyaka means that which is connected to our lifestyles in the forest area. What is the forest? A secluded area where you are free from so many things. Therefore, we are now trying to capture the knowledge on Surya Bhagavan. And when you can get the knowledge of Surya Bhagavan, when he is available for our direct vision rather sightline. Normally, people who are at home or just rising, they will be little free to attend to the calls. Afterwards, they just become busy and they may not. Therefore, the Arunodaya is in after Ushodaya and before the Suryodaya. And at that time, he will be in crimson color. We can directly see him, Aruna Bimba of the Paramatma. And then we can have our reflections and prayers submitted. And because he is ready to listen to our prayers. So other than that's what. And we have been traveling to know about the things that the Surya Bhagavan is able to be causing and is responsible not only to cause them and also to maintain and then also annihilate them. Otherwise, it is called withdrawing all of that or showing changes. Now, for example, seasonal changes. No one season can continue the whole year. There are 6 seasons in 12 months of time, 2 months, and each season the condition is different of Surya Bhagavan. He cannot be hot, he cannot be cool, he cannot be otherwise. So he has to be wearing. That's what we are introduced. Nana lingatva dhrutunam nana suryatvam. The Surya Bhagavan will have nana. That is different powers and exhibition of them because of the linga. Linga is the characteristic. Rutunam lingaha. So the Rutus also have got variant features, and accordingly, sun also has got to show to the world, but basically is very hot, energetic, ever flowing. Because if we don't have sun here, elsewhere there is sun. And elsewhere, if there is no sun, in another place you will be there. So they say there is a time range changing, but all the time, Surya is on the horizon. That we should see. And everywhere that Surya forms, Vushakala is there, Arunakala is there, then Surya, and then he becomes a Martanda or Aditya and all that. So Aditya Kiranas have got that kind of power. Now we have gone through the seasons, beginning from Sisira, Grishma, Varsha, Rutu, and we have come to Sisira, the final one. That's why Shankaracharya in Bhagavad Gita, in that Bhagagovindam Stotram tells you, Sisira Vasanto Panarayataha Kalaha Gachadiki Kridatyayuhu Tadapi Namunchati Ashavayuhu. So that is what Sisira Vasanto Panarayataha. The cycle of Sisira Rutu and other Rutu Vasanta are coming up. Then Kala, the time flow is continuous. Kalaha Gachati. Nobody can put a stop to the flow of time. That's Kala Vayavanamiti Pratijya. You have been given the impression that Kala has got number of avayavas. That is the subunits. If Samvatsara is the unit of time, and that Samvatsara, as you know, has got several divisions, small divisions, big divisions, and all that. You got days for weeks, fortnights, months, and so on. So the Kala keeps going. And Ayuhu is only the time duration that everybody is given chance to stay upon the earth in order that he will be making some kind of benefit for himself spiritually. Because whatever material gains and wealth and prosperity, etc., we get, all that will be widowed from us. But what will come with us is only the punyam and papa. That's why it is said, punya pape dve eva gachantam anugachanti. So punya and papa alone are companions when a person leaves the leaves the body and makes the prana prayana or the journey of the prana. Don't know the destination for us, but the destination is being determined by Surya Bhagavan or the Parabrahma, because Surya is also a Mrityu. You are going to come as Chatura. Surya, Chandra, Surya, Agni, Vayu, and Chandra. These are all the 4 additional Mrityus whom we consider generally as our friends, but they are actually the killers. Actually speaking, all are killers only, but we don't recognize them as killers immediately because of their help that they are going to do to us. Now, after Prithvi, I think I should start from this Naivam Vidushacharyante Vasino. And before that, Rutu Mandalas and Surya Mandala, and before that, what is there? Are you able to catch that text? I just read that.
What is that number, Uncle? Number?
Na
20.
Buklo, I will just tell you the page number in our Sarvaveda Mantraha.
24. You can say one sentence, Uncle. We'll figure it out.
Wait, that sentence is Naivam Vidushacharyante.
Naivam Vidusha. Okay.
Naivam Vidushacharyante Vasinau Anyonyasmai Druhyatam. Yes, it is page number 160 in the Sarvaveda Mantraha, and just before the Anuvaka number 20, number 20,
22, 23, sir.
19, I think so. 21, yeah, 19.
Okay.
19
So actually
last one.
22 also you completed, sir.
20, yeah, that's what I just missed the 10. So 22 is, I come to that. Yeah, that is. Now Amutre Tare. So let me do the 22 so that you will be able to follow
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Amutretare.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before that, and here we have noted in 1919, 20, 21, and 22 more details. For example, I just read for your reference.
Okay.
Arogo Bhraja Patara Patanga Swarnaro Jyotishiman Vibhasa Te Asmai Sarve Divamata Panti. So you are introduced that they all these Aroga, Bhraja, Patara, Patanga, Swarnara, Jyotishaman, Vibhasa, all these Suryas are giving heat and light and all that to the world. And after the 7, the next one is Kasyapo Ashtamaha. The Kasyapa is the 8th one. And that Kasyapa Maharshi, who is the source and father of all these people, and he continues to be in the Mahameru mountain. So, Tasyaisha bhavati yatte silpam Kasyapa Prochanavatu Indriyavat Pushkalam Chitrabhanu Yasmin Suryaha Arpitaha Sapta Sakam Sapta Suryaha Arpitaha, and they are all the Suryas are the Silpa. Silpa is the form. So they are the Silpa or the Rupa, and his acts are highly powerful. Silpa is a beautiful technical term indicating the designs, shape, and skills of the Kasyapa Brahma, who is the top Surya himself. And again, we have got Indriyavat Pushkaram Chitrabhanu Yasmin Surya Arpitaha Saptasakam Asmin Rajanamadivisrayevamiti. So now Kasyapa is addressed as an amazing personality because he is making all the sense quite bright, because they are all not simply, they are all very bright and equally bright and powerful. And moreover, he is providing all the strength to Indriyas, and thus the entire body, and that's the entire body. The same fashion, you help the Yajamana with more prosperity and superiority among his fellow beings. So the passage is telling us that how that Kasyapa Prajapati gave equal energy, eminence, and all that. In the same manner, he has to also extend the power, energy to the Ajamana, the sacrificer, and therefore the prabhava of all of them is there. And now there is a prayer that Te Asmai Sarve. There is a statement that Te Asmai Sarve
Apacho.
Kasyapa Jyotir Labhante Tan Somaha Kasyapadadhinidhamati Bhrastaha Karma Krudi Vaivam Pranaha Jivani Indriya Jivani. So up till here, you have got information given that the Surya Bhagavan, the Kasyapa Prajapati, is the father, and he makes all the sons to beget light, brilliance from Kasyapa, so that they can make the entire earth bright and illuminated. See, the illumination is being given to the earth. Therefore, not only the earth, other places, but because we are residents upon the earth, we are connected to the earth and activity and changes upon the earth. Therefore, then the Somadeva, who is the moon, that is Tan Somaha Kasyapadadhinidhamati. So Somadeva, that is the moon, he also gets the influence and energy from Surya Bhagavan. But Somadeva is really an interesting person, that he will not extend the same heat of the rays of the sun, but he provides the cool or reduces. Otherwise, the brilliance given by the person is being condensed, and so we get a very beautiful cool rays. And Kasyapa is the source for light for the other 7 suns also. And Soma is making the sunshine brighter and trying to push the light like the goldsmith. We have noted already, the goldsmith who makes gold shine more through bellowing the leather pump of air on the air. Then we have got also covered the views for the identity of Suryas could be noted. What are the identity of, how do you come to know? Prano, Jivan, Indriya Jivani, Saptasi Shanyaha Pranaha, Suryaha Ityacharyaha. So you must know that the entire Aruna Prashna is a contribution of various Rishis. Because through, how do you get the knowledge about the cosmic bodies? We cannot see them. We don't know them. But still we are having the experience of the influence of all of them. But more and more details we do not know. Therefore, we are given the information through the acharyas, the real gurus, who not only make investigations and share their results of their investigation to the world of knowledge and to the people interested. Therefore, Ityacharya, we have the quotation that acharyas, various gurus have given that. And there, what is that? Saptasir Shanyaha Pranaha. See, the pranas, jivas, indriyas, and the vital airs are present. Where are they? Sir Shanyaha. So they are there in the head. Sirsha has got several meanings, means prominent. So what is prominent in the individuals? These are all the prana, jiva, indriya, etc. are the present in the head. All these are the sons according to the various masters. So that is to say, the entire Prana Shakti. What is Prana Shakti? I told it is the Surya Shakti. Dhiyo yona prachodayat. Gayatri mantra, we are all familiar. That Savituhu Varenyam Bhargaha. Dhiyo yona prachodayat. The Varenyam Bhargaha is that kind of extraordinary brilliance. And so we have those brilliance and the prana. Only when sun is on, we are all on. When sun is off, we are also off. That's why we are always advised, rise with the sun and set yourself or rest yourself with the sun. Like that. So prana, jiva, indriya. And they are all jivas again. And how many pranas are there? Sapta pranaha. And where are the pranas located? In the brain. Because you know that from brain only all the activity is taking place. All signals are coming. That's why man is supposed to be an inverted tree. Urdhvamulam adhashakham. See, our moolam is there in the head. And all legs, all hands, legs, and all that, all indriyas are flowing downwards upon the ground. Unlike the tree, whose roots are there down. That's why Saptasir Shanyaha Partha Pranaha, and they are all flowing and everywhere in our body, inside and outside. So to say, if we are energetic and active, the Rishis tell you that it is the flow of the Surya Shakti in the entire body, and hence Surya Bhagavan is all in all. Surya Ityacharya. Now suddenly one student, a research student, a Vedic student, comes up and says, Apasyamahametat Swaetan Sapta Suryaniti. So please repeat one time this from this onwards. Well, I'll just explain to you. Please, Apasyamahametatu etan.
Apashyamahamethan.
Saptasuryaniti.
Saptasuryaniti.
Panchakarno Vatsyayanaha.
Panchakarno Vasyayanaha.
Saptakarnascha Plakshihi.
Saptakarnascha Plakshihi.
Anusravika eva.
Vika eva.
Nau Kasyapa iti.
No Kashyapa iti.
Ubhau Vedayite.
Ubhau Vedayite.
Nahi sekumiva mahamerum gantum.
Nahi Shekumiva Mahamerum Gantum.
Apasyamahametat suryamandalam.
Apashyamahametat Surya Mandalam.
Parivartamanam.
Parivartamanam.
Gargya pranat prataha.
Gargya Pranatrataha.
Gacchanta mahamerum.
Gacchanta Mahamerum.
Ekam cha jahatam.
Ekam cha jahatam.
So we have seen that they did not have any astronomical gadgets or implements so that they can study the Aditya Mandala or Surya Mandala or the existence of all cosmic bodies. But their students or the Rishis were so powerful in their meditational excellence and tapas. So one of them, by name the Panchakarna, is a seer who happens to be the son of Vatsyayana. And again Saptakarna and Platshi, these people, they said that Etat Sauryam Suryan Apasyan. So all the Suryas are being visualized by them. So when it is said visualized by them, that means it is truth, that it is not a myth. If they say that, if our Veda says that there are the suns, that cannot be a myth, it is not a false, but it is true And the same thing has been established by these rishis, Panchakarna, then Saptakara and Plakshi. All these people have understood that. Saptakarnasya Plakshihi. And moreover, what is that? Anusravaka eva nahu Kasyapaha iti. So two of us have heard regarding Kasyapa from the tradition and flavor. So Kasyapa did, and what is the point? Nahi sekumi mahamerum kantum, because the chief of all the Suryas happened to stay on in the Mahameru. Nobody can go to Mahameru mountain. And in other words, the Mahameru happens to be the residence of Lalita Parameswari. So Lalita Parameswari is the Surya Shakti, and that's why Bhanumandala Madhyastha Yai Namo Namaha. So Sahasrara Sarojata Vasita Yai Namo Namaha. When in Lalita Sahasranamam, the locations of Devi are being given to us, and one of the locations is that she is there very much present in the Bhanu Mandala or Aditya Mandala, and she is also called as the Ravi Prabha. So Ravi Prabha, the very brilliance of Ravi, the Tejo Rasi. So when you know these expressions in the Puranas, and also it is a matter of explanation that the Shakti is Lalita Parameswari, and the brilliance that is coming out is that Prabha, the aurora, or what you would call, it's called aroma, what is that called, the light around that sun, and beyond that is all the Shakti Rupini, and that is what is being established on Usraveka Eva. And nobody can go nahi sekum eva mahamerum gantum. So nobody is able to go. Sekum means Shakti. See, to go to longer distances, you must have basically good energy. You must have good practice. And that is what is Saktatvam will come to you. Normally, this Mahameru mountain is such a thing that nobody would be able to reach up the Mahameru. It is exclusively a mythical residential quarter. Therefore, we also get the idea Mahameru Nilayaya Namo Namaha. The Mahameru is the golden mountain. Nilaya is residence. Because Surya Shakti is there, and Surya Bhagavan, who is that Surya? The Kashyapa, again Rudra, again the Paramatma, Parabrahma. So Parameswari is called a Parabrahma Mahishi. Mahishi meaning the Shakti, because all men are really powerful only because of the power support of the ladies or the Gruhinis. Therefore, this concept is true to all people who are all born. Because Devajana, Yakshajana, Kinnarajana, Kimpurushajana, Manushya Jantu, etc. All these janas, that is Janma Yesham, say Janaha. Yeah, Yavaravaki Janma Mundo, Valandru Janulu. And Yakadakada Puttaru, Yakadakada Ventunaru, only they are all trying to spot the locations, because all people cannot be at one place. They are all distributed to the various bhubhagas or parts of the earth. So, therefore, here you see that Mahamerum Gantum Asakatu. That is the eighth, and who is this Kashyapa? He is eighth son. And moreover, in future you are going to get that how are these 7 sons are working and showing light. Thereby, there is one Mahameru mountain, a standpoint or a station or a bus station, something like bus station or a source. Below the Mahameru mountain, there are 3 Suryas giving light. Above the Mahameru mountain, there are 3 Suryas giving light. And 1 Surya has been given for the Mrityu. And this Kashyapa is the 8th Surya. And therefore, the Rishis say that they have seen the 7 Rishis but they could not see Kashyapa Prajapati. But still they are completely truthfully aware from the knowledge given by the Gurus and Vedas that the Kashyapa Prajapati exists, and he is the father or generator, and he is the maintainer of the light in all the 7 suns constantly, and therefore there is a pumping energy, and the pumping and source energy is Kashyapa. And the 8th sun, he constantly continues to Mahameru, and that nobody can go to that Mahameru mountain. And you know that, Manju Garu, do you have any information that Mount Kailas has been ascended by anybody?
Mount Kailash, not very sure, Guruji.
And nobody can step on that. Yeah.
Mount Kailash illa, Mount Everest ant heltare.
Exactly. So this information tells you Mount Kailas is 6,300 and odd feet high.
7258 or something.
Mount Everest is only 4,000 and odd feet high. And moreover, the Mount Kailas is not possible for anybody to put their step on that. It is completely a reserved mountain. No, one has to have a look at it and make namaskar, because it is the dwelling place of Rudra or Shiva. And moreover, there are so many silpas. When there is absolutely no snow on the mountain, you will see some of the sculptures on the sides of the mountain, and nobody knows who at all, what at all, how at all that kind of sculpture or pictures have been sketched on the mountain. Why I'm mentioning this is that like that we have got Mahameru mountain. We simply say it's a mythical mountain. What mountains you don't know, you don't see, that becomes a mythical mountain. That's only recorded, but only a few people would be able to visualize that. So the Nahi se kumi Mahamerum Gantum means, as nobody could go, even now, the Mount Kailas, but nobody can go there. Same manner, Mahameru mountain also did. But there are Rishis who have visualized the Mahameru mountain. Therefore, you must know that our ancients, who are also Brahmins and otherwise Tapasvins, they were able to enjoy the power of penance to the extent that they were able to visualize and see all those which our physical eye cannot see. That's what Charma Chakshu we call it. Charma Chakshu, Gnana Chakshu, and Tapo Chakshu. See, what kind of vision you pick up owing to the power of the penance you make, that eye will be able to visualize many more things. So to say that our scriptures, Vedas and all that inform us that man is capable of rising in the spiritual lives to any height required. And
Jnana
also
Chakshu, Charma Chakshu, one more set, Guruji.
Tapo Chakshu.
Huh?
Karma Chakshu, Jnana Chakshu, Tapo Chakshu.
Tapo Chakshu. Okay.
So you develop a special vision by virtue of the power of the penance you make. So puja, punaskara, adhyana, adhyapana, and also tapassu, idella acharana, anusthana chestu unte ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರುವ ಪವರ್ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. And moreover, Shankaracharya says that you should not misuse that. You should only use it appropriately only when it is really required. For example, in case of Vishwamitra, when his sacrifice is, when his homas are being destroyed, Maricha and Sataki and all that, he doesn't want to kill them. He wanted Rama to do the job. So he gave necessary training to Rama as they were small boys and made them to be the killers of the Rakshasas. He said, I don't want to expend my tapobalam, use my tapo power for sake of killing the fellows. because there are better purposes for which I should use. So ದುಡ್ಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಜುಡಿಷಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ದೇವಿ ತೃಪ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಶಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ. ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟಿ ದುಡ್ಡನ್ನು ಹಾಳು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ದುಡ್ಡಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ದಿ ಮನಿ ವೋಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇ ವಿತ್ ದಮ್. That's why in Microsoft building in Seattle, there is the moment you enter into the main hall, sometimes some buildings, there is written, don't waste money. Don't waste money, not water or time or anything like that. So that is it, the Microsoft people are paid very heavily and also provided all facilities so that they have no scope to spend their money. And because there is no utilitarian value immediately for them, they can throw away the money. But that you said that no, money is important, don't waste it. So in that manner, we have that kind of taposhakti, that energy, spiritual power which you develop need not be. But still, that could be used. Now you come to next para, next sentence says, apasyamahametat suryamandalam parivartamanam gargya pranatratah. You know, the Pranatrata, who is the son of Garga Mahamuni. The Gargya is called Garga Mahamuni's son by name Pranatrata. So he says that, and also he has seen the Surya Mandalam revolving. Parivartamanam means revolving. So not that only other planets revolve in the elliptical way, but including sun. But we come to know much about the elliptical movement, revolutions of all the planets, but this is not. Therefore, Surya Mandalam Parivartamanam Apasyam. So look at the confidence with which the Pranatrata, the names of the Rishis are also very fascinating, very much significant, and they have got a lot of signals given. See, Pranatrata means the protector of the life, the essence of life as such. No, prana is the essence of life. Although we have got 5 vital years, prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana, but the essence of all the life is the prana. And so the prana would have a yatra. That's what we call as prana yatra pravartate. So prana yatra is journey of life here and elsewhere. So Pranatrata, and you know that Garga Mahamuni is not an ordinary person. He is there also in Bhagavatam mentioned that he gave the name to the boy born as Krishna. So now Krishna no Namakaranam chesinaటువంటి Maharshi ఎవరు అంటే Garga Mahamuni. Garga suggested for Balarama's brother as Krishna. So he became Krishna. Like that, these are all very powerful, great penance makers, rishis, and they only have that kind of cosmic knowledge. In other words, we call they are perfect past masters of the cosmology. And what else they have done? They have also included the son of Garga Mahamuni has advised the Panchakarna and Saptakarna to go to the Mahameru. See, Gachanta Mahamerum Ekam Chajahatam. So you must know that this particular statement which we come across here is an important contribution of Taittiriya Aranyaka, that Gargya Pranatrata was able to see without any instruments the great solar regions revolving, and it is a matter of astrophysics. So Rishi culture is so great in our India, in our times, that they were having individual Shakti and more powerful than this Daiva Shakti. So they go even beyond the purview of the divinities or purview of the divine grace or divine power. And that also you see in Bhagavatam, when Dhruva Maharaja, after his departure from the body, was going up, and he went beyond Vaikuntha. When Dhruva is going beyond Vaikuntha, Then Lakshmi Devi gets a doubt and asks Vishnu, how you are allowing that Dhruva to go even above our land? Then Vishnu says, no, he is a top bhakta. Let him go whatever length of heights he wants to go, and there he will get stabilized. So we have no mark because he's so extremely great. Therefore, even today, nobody shows you Vaikuntha, everybody shows you the Dhruva Loka, Dhruva Mandala, and Dhruva Nakshatra, Dhruva Tara. So, in other Kashyapa, the Surya is invisible, but he is seen revolving. Because you are revolving, you cannot see Kashyapa at all. But basically, he is stable at Meru mountain. So, this is the truth to say objects move to support the light to the beam. So that say even the light bodies, even that luminary bodies, whether they are self-luminous or getting illumination from others, they are all working, they are all revolving. They are not stationary nor stagnant. That means say that when Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Nakopi tishtati akarma kruto. So Krishna said with all background, that statement, that nobody remains actionless, motionless. Activity is always there. So the prana, the name of the pranatrata is also symbolic. That is to say that the pranas are being protected by the grace of the Surya Bhagavan. And even from the astrology point of view also, Ravi is an important planet. Ravi important, and his position is very much significant to determine the nature and activity and achievements of the individual, ultimately what he will turn out to be. So, in the Aruna Prashna, you come across all these mantras are powerful. They are open for deeper studies. Generally, many people have not taken to the study of Aruna Prashna because of some difficulties. They look like, but we have got Bhashyas. Aruna Bhashya is there. For example, Bhatta Bhaskara has made a commentary for this. And here and there, even Acharya Sankara has given some information about Surya Bhagavan and so on. Therefore, you see that the Mahameru, what is the Mahameru mountain? Why it is important? It forms the axis for the revolution. Meru could be the axis, and the revolving sun never strays out of the axis. So they're all having the axis as their base. That is uncovered. That's why even Garuda is said that he has got his own axis. We say that Swastinaha Tarchyaha Swastinastarchyo Arishtanemi. That Garuda is Tarchya because Tarchya is another Prajapati. There are so many Prajapatis, and Garuda is the son of that Prajapati, and that's why he has got uncorroded axis. Arishtanemi. So the Mahameru, I think, is the axis, and for all revolution, axis is important. And so and moreover, there are also some kind of clues given by adopting which or observing which you may be able to go to the Mahameru mountain, because the desire is highlighted in this, that Parasara Smriti mentioned that all who rise in spirituality would transcend even Surya Loka, have the art of making even the impossible as possible, but with tapobala. See, tapassu is something. In Parasara Smriti, there is a statement, Sanyastam Brahmanam Drishtva Sthanat Charati Bhaskaraha Eshame Mandalam Bhitva Paro Yasyati. ఏమండి గోవింద్ గారు ఉంటున్నారా? Govindraj. See, for a human being born here, he has got scope to rise to any heights. And we have so many people who demonstrate that opening. For example, Vishnu, when born as a Rama, nothing is impossible for man. Therefore, in Yuddhakanda, when Sita is there, brought by Vibhishana and Anjaneya, made her to stay before Rama. Rama says, Daiva sampadito devaha, Daiva samhayato doshaha, manushena padatina. So what dosha has brought to our family, pedigree and all that, by accident. Daivam is accident, no planning. I know Rama never imagined that he will lose his wife. Not even Lakshmana would imagine that by the time he comes back, he would be chided by the Rama. But by the time they both returned, Sita could not be found, and she became that Sita to be searched and searched. That Sita is a Mahalakshmi, Mahadevi, and Mahasiddhi, and she's a Kundalini Paradevata. And that Kundalini yoga is supposed to be a great yoga, and Maha energy comes to that. Those who have got that Kundalini yoga siddhatva, they will be having under their control highest power. But for that kind of power which Anjaneya commissioned in him, he would not be able to find Sita, fly the mountain, fly the ocean, and reach the Lanka, and as you see the description, and locate Sita Devi and so on. So that kind of power is possible through the energy. So, and moreover, the desire is highlighted in Smritis. So you can also even go to Surya Mandala and also beyond the Surya Mandala and try to have a knowledge of the whole universe. That's why Vishwatas Chakshuruta Vishwato Mukho Vishwato Hastauta Vishwatas Patu Sambahubhyam Namati Sampatatu. So there you find the clue that Bahubhyam Namati. That is, he is able to hold, keep it under the control of the shoulders of Paramatma Narayana. And all the Narayana Bhaktas who have gone to highest ranks, they will be able to make something impossible as possible. Now, please, Raja Patara Patanga, no, Ubhau Vedayite Mahamerum. Yeah, we are coming to that. Yes. Yes, Gargya Pran. No, please repeat. Ekam cha jahatam. No, Braja Patara Patanga Nihane. Please repeat.
Bhraja patara patanga nihane
Tishtanna tapanti.
Tishtanna tapanti
Tasma diha taptri tapaha.
Tasmadiha taptri tapaha
Amutre tare.
Amutre tare
Tasma diha taptri tapaha.
Tasmadiha taptri tapaha
Teshamesha bhavati.
Teshamesha bhavati
Sapta surya divamanu pravishtaha.
Sapta surya divamanu pravishtaha
Ke asmai sarve Pratama.
One more is Tananveti patibhir dakshinavan
Oh, Tananveti patibhir dakshinavan.
Tananveti patibhir dakshinavan
Tananveti pariso. Oh, there is change. Tananveti patibhirdakshinavan te asmai sarve ghrutamaatapanti.
Te asmai sarve grutamaatapanti.
Urjam duhana anapaspuranta iti.
Urjam duhana anapaspuranta iti.
So when there are so many employees, they have to be given jobs, is it not? You have to give
Yes, sir.
in a project you hire some people, you have to distribute some work to them for the successfulness. So what we are having that administration and management, even for Kashyapa Prajapati also, he is the CEO. And what he has done, look here, Bhraja Patara Patangan Nihane Tishtannadapanti. So you find the three, I told you there are 6 sons now,
Yes, sir.
and these 6 sons are divided into 2 groups. What is that? Bhraja, Patara, and Patanga, one group. Swarna, Jyotishi, Vibhasa, sons are another group. Bhavanda Shankar, administration.
Yeah, uncle. Yes, uncle.
See, we don't follow the divine administration and management
Right.
and resource development.
Right.
And మనం ఎంతున్నా దీని గురించి కొట్టుకుంటూ ఉంటాం కానీ what we are doing is just in the manner that has already been done.
Right.
So the administrative convenience. So the 6 Suryas are one set. First set is Bhraja, Patara, Patanga. These people are on the lower side of the Meru mountain. And so these 3 suns are providing light to this earth. And the other 3 are Swarna, Jyotishi, and Vibhasa. These 3 suns are up the Meru mountain. So they do not have rays to give light down to the lokas. In other words, these 3 suns are making their rays to provide light to the upper regions of the Meru mountain. See, only 3 suns are there to give light for all the lokas, while the other suns have not got that work of giving light, but they are giving light to the upper lokas above the Meru mountain. So the Meru mountain looks to be the center, the axis, which Suryas shine high and low. The location of suns is deep, lower, and higher above the Meru mountain, and whereas the middle region of the Meru mountain is occupied by, is free. And that Meru mountain free, but there is only Kashyapa Prajapati who is having all that, but he is very much cool there. He has not got the work of giving heat or coolness or anything like that. That's why Mahameru Nilayaya Namo Namaha means that when you go there, absolutely you are beyond the heat and coolness. So something like going above the gravitational force. Up to some time you have got gravitational pull. When you go beyond the gravitation, then you have to control yourself. There is no pull. Why the apple falls down, Govinda Garu? Because of the gravity.
Yeah,
so
correct.
when Newton looked at the apple falling down, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಬಟ್ ನಮ್ಗೇನು ಅಷ್ಟು ಗಮನ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓ, ಆಪಲ್ ಬಿದ್ದೋಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೋಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ. But Newton did not catch that. He said, why that tree falls from down? So he trusts the laws of motion, laws of attraction, all that. He has made a lot of physics. So all that kind of intelligent mind will not take the nature's law just like that, but they won't explain. How do Govinda Garu? So
yes,
that is what so many scientists have come, and all scientists are Rishis. And Rishi Buddhi means investigating zeal. And even if you get one A result, you should not get contented with A result. There may be BCDE, PQR. So that is what is the temperament that all our rishis sustained in their investigations. And not only that, they have done that job and shared that knowledge for the post-generational people, so that they will also have scope to pursue in the same manner. Therefore, the Meru mountain looks to be center and is very cool. And all the other kind of powerful suns are there at the deeper, lower and high above the Merus, leaving the middle region of the mountain free, that one can go to the mountain freely, as there is no so much of heat and energy.
Cool.
And moreover, it is said that how is Lalita Parameswari? She is cool and heat combined mixture, so that the pleasant atmosphere, you can always live there. It is not, there are no extremes at all. There is a well-balanced weather condition in Mahameru mountain. So the Meru is a symbolic mythical mountain. It is a golden mountain. And there are so many descriptions about Mahameru mountain in Tantric and Puranic works, in the post-Vedic literature also. So Mahameru is taken where Kashyapa is taken, Kashyapa Surya himself dwells there. And Devi is described to be having heat that of the rays of the sun and radiated on the slopes of the Mahameru mountain. So to say that, looking at the picture of Kailasa mountain, when the morning rays of sun over the slopes shine forth, giving a golden glow to the mountain. I think these days in Facebook, they are putting the morning rays of sun falling upon the Mount Kailas.
Yes.
Adu tumba, I mean, in Facebook, as we have seen, noted that those people who are there at that hour on the clean mount, so when golden rays of sun falls, and sometimes the sun ray enters the Shiva in the Kailas. So all these things are really wonder, a glow. In the Konark temple in the Bhubaneswar,
Yes.
what is Konark? It is Arka Kona. It is the angle of the sun light.
Yes. Yes.
So in the Konarka temple, there are 4 doors, because so 3 seasons the sun rays. So in when you take the 4 seasons, and in each season, one time the ray of the sun falls upon Surya Bhagavan. That is, he will try to check whether he is working all right or not. So there are 4 doors in the Konarka temple. That is called Arka Kona. That is one of the first temple, probably, which is built in 12th century AD with 1,000 gold coins. Probably you have visited that temple. You get complete history about it. How much time they have spent, only 1,000 gold coins. That was the cost for building that Konarka temple. There is a time wheel also for the chariot of and moreover, now there is no Mula Virat there. That Mula Virat was disturbed, and now it is kept in the Bhubaneswari Lingaraja temple. So in Lingaraja temple, you find that people say that sun Mula Virat of that Konark has been picked back and installed in the Bhubaneswari and Lingaraja temple. Shankar Pallacha, Kadikanta?
Yes, Uncle Elali. I have not seen, but I want to see. I want to see.
India and come back.
Yes.
Get down, go to Tirupati, again catch back, come back to airport. No, stay some time.
Right.
And see, so much is there in India. Those people, foreigners who go to India, they find a lot of time and leisure to investigate and do research. Now, so we live in India, we have no idea to go. We don't
I
have
have
the
visited,
neighbor.
sir. So Guruji, I have visited, I have seen Konark. The guide explained so well, but even this small information, what you told, 1,000 gold coins, was not knowing. The 4 ways, the 4 doors,
That
and
is there written.
Linga, I mean, the
There are
Mula Virat
monuments,
kept
yeah.
somewhere. Correct.
Yeah, it is 12,000 at the 12th century AD. It has been built with 1,000 gold coins.
Gold coins.
So to just verify my statement, go to no, because whenever I go there, my curiosity is to observe, try to now get knowledge, so that you would know and how all that is there. Anyway, here The Kailas mountain is shining like that. The Mahameru mountain, we cannot see Mahameru, but we can get a semblance of the Mahameru mountain beauty. It's a beautiful mountain. Because of the beautiful mountain, the Surya Bhagavan, Kashyapa Prajapati made it as relevant, and even Lalita Parameswari, all rich people will have a very good locations, is it not? They don't stay, though they are guardians and authority for so many places, but they always live in a wonderful places. Therefore, this particular golden glow is there. Amutret, and look here, Tasmad Iha Taptritapaha. And Itare Amutra Taptritapaha. See, Itare means the other three sons, or Amutra means elsewhere. So Iha means facing the earth, the mountain facing the earth area is being illuminated by the three sons. Who are they? Aroga, Bhraja, Patara. And the other sons are, the other three sons are above that. They cannot give any light to the earth, but they give light above the Meru mountain. So the 6 mountains are there. So here say Atri, Amutra, Itare Suryaha, Amutra, Taptritapaha, Iha, Suryaha, Taptritapaha. Taptritapaha is a common word. Tapaha means sunshine. Taptra means to shine forth. So they make the sunshine or shine forth in these places. And therefore, in Sanskrit, the sunlight is called as Atapa. Tapa is heat. Atapa means absolute heat. What is absolute heat? Able to give its influence any and everywhere. Surya need not come near you, but you get the heat of the Surya wherever you are. When Surya is there, depending upon the season, you experience the heat. Even so, that's why it is called Taptritapaha. Tasmad Iha Taptritapaha. But for them, this would happen. What is that? Sapta Suryaha Divamanu Pravishtaha Tananveti Patibihi Dachinavan. So Dachinavan is sacrificer. Rich person who performs. So a sacrificer, when he performs the yajna, he will be able to appease all the sons by when he performs the Arunaketuka Agni Chayanam. Agni Chayana is a great sacrifice. It is called Agni worship. See, Agni worship is the be all and end all of our entire Vedic culture. Because we have large number of hymns addressed to Agni first, next Indra, next to all other gods. So if you take to Rigveda, you find maximum number of suktas and mantras dedicated to Agni. And if you are more curious to know more about fire, the Motilal Banarsi Das people have published in 2 volumes on Agni. They are 5,000 rupees. You Motilal hope nodi. At least have version of 2 volumes. If not, you buy. If you buy good, 5,000 rupees. In fact, we were offered to some concession by the Motilal people to buy to our Kendra library. When they offered, we could not be very active to keep them in our library of our Vedatya Kendra. But anyway, such a beautiful work on Agni. So that Sapta Surya Divamanu Tan Anveti. Anveti means investigate, research. You have got to explore more and more knowledge about it. Anveti Patibhihi Dachinavan. So one or the other sacrifice is there in order to explore and experience the influence and power and extent of power of the Paramatma. So if you just look at all mantras, what are the mantras? They are just educating you the power of the gods, the influence of the gods, and the utility of the gods, and also the gradation, rather the marks of utility of their powers to the mankind or to the other people. Therefore, these signs they shine forth conveniently. What do they? Te asmai sarve krutamata panti. Ghrutam is dhanam. Hiranyam by dhanam. So whatever benefit, whatever power that Yajamana wants to get, all that power is given to Yajamana. And in turn, the Yajamana, the sacrificer, the king, the emperor, he will be able to share all that to all people who are participant and about whom he is the Lord. That's why in Somayaga, there is a statement, Vishmakam Amiyo Raja, Somo Asmakam Brahmananam Raja, Ayam Vishmakam Raja. That is, the Brahmins announce Somadeva is their Lord, whereas the king that is sitting on the throne, who has performed all the Somayaga and all that, he will be the guardian and protector and all that to all people living on the ground. Of course, the Brahmins also get included in the administration circle, but beyond that, Brahmins have got duties. Why? Because a Brahmin is called Sharma, a Kshatriya is called Shankar, Kshatriya is called Varma, and a Vaishya is called Sreshthi. So these kind of things indicate that all priesthood that work to bring peace and prosperity and harmony among people in the society. Therefore, they are called Sharmas. And Kshatriyas have got to protect and remove all kinds of problems and see that people live their life comfortably. Varma is the kavacham. Varma is the defense material. So they are the protectors. And Sreshti, because he opens shop next to your house. So you need not go far away. And he brings all things from different places, makes a shop and make them available to you quickly. So he is Srestha Jana. He is a Sreshti. So in the society, who is very much important? A Sreshti is important because he provides you all provisions. And therefore, these are the three important works and people who work for the promotion of the harmony in the society. So that's why even here also, in Mahameru mountain, the gods there and all the Suryas, they make the sacrificer rich. Even in Rudram, Shankar is absent. Magavad Jastanushva Meetva Toka Yatanayam Rudaya. So what? Rudra is son. So he is also put a petition. Magavad Bhyatanushva Aya Yararu Yagna Martaro, Yavaru Yagna Chestaro, Valandru Dakshinavans. Valandru Magavadbhya, Dutu Lakpote sacrifice. So if you want to do, there should be manpower, money power, and other powers. So unless otherwise, you cannot take up be performing sacrifices. Therefore, he is called Dakshinavan, he is called Maghavan. So Tanushva means make more and more sacrificers to come up. Such that these sacrifices will be recipients of the entire dhanam from the grace of the gods, and they will share to the people according as their requirement and time. Therefore, here also, the same Dakshinavan Patibhi. What is the Patha means Marga. What is the Marga? Yagna Marga. See, Yagna is a pathway. Yagnangaha, Yagna. So in the Rajla Vishnu Sahasranama, you see Yagna Krutu, Yagna Bhuk, Yagna Dakshinaha, Yagnanga. So all Yagna is associated because through yajna only all operative benefits work on, is it not? ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದವರಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಳ ಬರೋದು, ಡಬ್ಬು ఉద్యోగం చేసేవాడికి ఇంక్రిమెంట్స్ వచ్చేది, ఏం లేనివాడికి ఏమొస్తుంది? సో యూ హ్యావ్ టు డూ వర్క్. దట్స్ వై కురు కర్మ, దట్స్ వాట్ ఇట్ ఇస్. సో ఎంటైర్ భగవద్గీత ఈజ్ ధర్మక్షేత్రే కురుక్షేత్రే. దట్ మీన్స్ క్షేత్రే క్షేత్రే ధర్మం కురు. అయ్యా, wherever you are, no matter, but you uphold dharma, you maintain dharma and spread it. That's exactly the thesis of Krishna Paramatma to Arjuna. Like that, kshetre kshetre dharmam kuru. So pasya dakshanvan. So Kuru Bhagavan also gives all wealth to the sacrificer, and by that he will be sharing and all that. So I think we can stop here. I have crossed the limit because I started late. And Om Swasti.
Om Swasti.
Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Garavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvijavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Harihi
Hari
Om.
Om. Sri Veda Purusho Ashirvadamastu. Hari Om Tassat.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. You distribute, you spread this link to many of our people, because so many people are asked what is the link and all that. So
No, all are downloading, sir. It is on YouTube. It has become very easy for many now. Mr. Shankar has put everything on YouTube. People are really calling me. Many don't have time, but they are able to read very carefully. They're surprised, Guruji. Plus 22 Anuvakam and so many classes. They are unable to, really, they are unable to even acknowledge. Impossible, they say, from anybody. This is the message, sir.
good. All Daivanugraham.
Very welcome.